So welcome to episode 42 and we're looking at a linked list. So Java also has another type of linked list, another type of data structure called linked list, and this one is quite similar to an array list, but there are subtle differences. So maybe let's actually just go through some of the notes that I have going on here before we move on to demonstrate a linked list. So the array list class has a regular array inside of it, and when you add an item, right, it is going to be placed inside of an array. And in the event that the array is not large enough to contain or to hold that new array, it's actually going to replace the old array with a new one. So that's the whole idea behind an array list. But now with a linked list, right, it has you can envision it as something that has containers in which you place data, and those containers are linked to the item that is before and that is after that particular container in which you put your data. So if you want to actually add something to a linked list, basically you're creating a container, and then inside of that container you can actually put your data value. But in essence, an array list and a linked list, they are similar in the sense that they both implement the list data, the list class, as it were. So if they are similar, why would you want both of them? Well, for starters, an array list is actually going to be more suitable for storing and accessing data, whereas a linked list is actually quite useful when you want to manipulate data. So that is why you find out that a linked list, on top of having the usual methods that you can use for an array list, you have additional methods like add first, add last, remove last, because remember we said that the items or the elements within an array, a linked list, they are actually connected together, as it were. So it means that the first element is actually going to be connected to the last element, and so forth and so on. So I think maybe in the interest of time, I'm just going to look at how you can create a linked list. I'm actually not going to demonstrate some of the methods that we saw in the array list method in the array list episode, because it would be just repetition. I would now challenge you to actually go and play around with the linked list and see what you can actually do with it. But the important thing is to notice that when you want to manipulate data, you would want to make use of a linked list, whereas when you just want to store and access data, you would make use of an array list. So in order to create a linked list, first of all you have to import the linked list class. Then you create the type. So let's have a linked list called cars. We also have to specify the type, much like with an array list. So we are using strings for this one. Then let's call it cars. Then let's call the linked list constructor. So linked list, just like that. So this is actually going to create our linked list, as it were. Then I can go on to add a couple of items in there. So let me add an Audi. Then I can also go cars. Let me just copy and paste. It's much quicker than having to type every time. So maybe let me just go ahead and add 4 more cars in there. So we have a Benz, or maybe let's go BMW. We have a Chrysler. I hope I can spell Chrysler. We also have a Datsun in there. Alright, so again, as before, you can actually just iterate through the items within your linked list. So for item, then it's inside of the cars linked list. Then you simply want to sys out the item in question. So that's how you can look through elements within a linked list. Then you notice that we get our list of cars down there in the console, as you'd expect. Then, so remember, all the elements, or rather all the methods that you can make use of inside of an array list, you can also use them within a linked list. But there's also these additional methods that you can use. So maybe, for instance, after outputting the values there, we can go sys out dot, maybe say we want to output the first item. So we say cars dot get first, right? And if we run this, we should see Audi printed just after our list gets iterated through. So you see we get an Audi there. So yeah, so these are some of the additional methods that you can play around with and find out how they work with a linked list. But I think that's just about it for this tutorial. I'll see you in the next one.